Hey family, what's up? It's Mahalia here. I'm just excited because we just finished our conversation on our series of position. And tonight's conversation, we went a little bit deeper talking about the importance of staying ready so that we don't have to worry about getting ready. And for our conversation, I had a guest with us. He is phenomenal. The guest who I had is Tony Richardson. He is a leader, speaker, catalyst, entrepreneur, and there's so many more words that I could use to describe Tony. But he's also the chief executive officer for Capital Catalyst Group. Tony, I happen to have him with me right now. We are doing a virtual call because you know what, y'all? Social distancing and physical distancing is important still right now at this time. But Tony and I want to take a second just to kind of just talk with you all after our conversation so that you could really not only see us, but you could hear us. So Tony, position. What's some of the other nuggets that you may want to share with our listeners?
So not only should we be cognizant of, where we are in our lives, we should also be cognizant of where we are within our teams.
Ooh.
We may not be in the correct position. We may be played out of position. If so, do we take the time to ask questions, provide feedback, ask for advice? Maybe you need a moment of meditation or prayer to figure out, is this correct? Maybe you need to have that course correction thing. But once that clarity does come to you, you have an obligation to go and speak up. There's the whole, it's not just, I don't think it's any coincidence that Luke 12:48 and Spider-Man have the same type of outlook, which is with great power comes great responsibility. Those superpowers that we've been given so that we can fulfill our roles on planet Earth, wherever we are, they come with a set of responsibilities, and those responsibilities are usually to impact others, preferably in a positive way.
Man, family, if you didn't have a chance to listen to the conversation, we're talking about position. And Tony just mentioned something about sometimes we are operating out of position. Now, if you had participated and you joined me on the conversations that we had for our January series of Still Standing, I talked about, what's next. And one of the parts of that conversation was spending time to be still, to gain clarity from the Father. And with Tony mentioning about sometimes we may think we are in our designated position, but we may be operating outside of that. When we take the moment to push pause on everything, gain clarity, then we're now unlocking more of our purpose, our why. And when we tap into that why, that then allows you to see, where am I actually placed? So if you are on a team, right? Let's look at basketball for a second. There's 5 players for each team on the court at a time. You have your point guard, you have your center, you have your 2 forwards, and then you have your shooting guard, right? So they all have assigned positions and roles to play so that the team can be effective, so that the team can move forward, score points, hustle back for defense when it's necessary, because they all play, but they all have assigned spots for the different plays. Same thing with you. In order to really know if you are operating in your assigned position, you have to know more of your why. And then when you know of your purpose, why you have been placed here, and what that bigger picture or that bigger assignment is placed on your life, everything else that you do, you'll then begin to choose to do things that align you with that purpose, which then is really allowing you to stay in position. So when you stay ready, you don't have to worry about getting ready. So Tony, what else you want to say about that?
Hey, that's kind of the big point there. Again, I can't necessarily count on you as a team member, as a leader, coach, friend, mentor, parent, pastor, sister, brother, parent, whatever. if you're not available. When you are ready for those moments, sometimes that moment isn't just something that directly happened in your life. Sometimes that's a moment that happened in someone else's life and they needed you to be present as well. So you never really get to take a moment off from that preparation, that deep meditation, so that you are in the game, ready to get in the game, always engaged.
Wow. Family, remember, let's stay ready so that we don't have to worry about getting ready. Your purpose, your why serves a major position or role into the bigger agenda for life. And when you operate outside of that, not only do you find yourself kind of struggling in some areas, but we're talking about chasing destiny, living life in and on purpose. When we are doing things that do not align with our purpose, yet we then find ourselves pulling ourselves further and further away, creating the gap. But we are in a season where we can no longer squander time. So let's cultivate our skills. Let's actually identify what are our gifts. Identify what is that why. Let's unlock the things that have been placed within us. Because when your door of opportunity taps, everything that God has placed within you, every gift, every resource, every ounce of knowledge that He's placed within you, you have the ability to tap into it so that you can show up for your opportunity, show up for the occasion. But it's up to you. The choice is yours. So, hey, we just want to take a few seconds after the conversation just to remind you about, why it's important to understand position. Some other elements, I'll be honest, for me for a second, I'll take a personal moment, Tony, for a second. I have found myself doing so many other different things at one point that did not tap into or really align me and position me with my purpose. Why? Because I was running from it. I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get on camera like right now. Like, what? No, like, can we have a behind the scenes conversation and then I just put it on with the radio show or add it up as an audio piece? And it's like, no, because that authentic piece is necessary. The longer we run, the longer we delay our purpose. We delay fulfilling our purpose. And so sometimes it takes courage. It takes also discipline. It takes having the understanding that, it doesn't matter what anybody else says. It doesn't matter what others may think. Because when you know that you know that you know, you are operating in your assigned position. It makes the late nights, the early mornings, those moments of stretching, it makes all those things worth it, because what happens next for your life? There's something greater. And what happens next and all the opportunities, and even when you're just able to impact the life of just one individual, it makes everything else worth it, because you know that you're serving something greater than yourself. So family, let's really take our position more seriously. Let's take the time to learn more about our why, to learn how do we nurture our skills? How do we nurture our gifts so that we can live in and on purpose? All right, y'all. I love you all bunches. Continue to follow Moments with Mahalia on Instagram and Facebook. Follow Tony. He is on the social media platforms. We are looking for Capital Catalyst Group. Okay, y'all. Tony Richardson was with us in the house. It's been a pleasure. Talk to you all soon. Remember, be brave, optimistic, selfless, and most importantly, strong. I love you all. Bye.